Good evening, folks. I'm trying something new here. I'm doing a live stream from my phone because I don't know what's up with my laptop, but I get these hitches and these giddy ups and these tech stalls whenever I do stuff via laptop. So I'm trying this tonight. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully everything behind me doesn't look backwards. It looks backwards to me, so I don't know what's going on. But hey, first of all, welcome. We're glad that you found us. We are the oldest, largest, pretty much only group, absolutely and only and totally and truly fighting for student loan justice. Been around for 16 years now, done lots of things, seen lots of stuff. Suffice it to say, we know a few things about the student loan program, and I am here to tell you right now that this lending system is failed. It's catastrophically failed by all rational metrics. There is no saving it. So we're glad that you found us. I'm going to keep it really short tonight. But there's a lot going on. We're kicking ass right now, by the way, despite all the nonsense you see, Biden stalling and delaying and throwing cold water, and the financial media throwing cold water every chance they get on the prospect of student loan cancellation by executive order. I'm very glad to say that we were profiled, or our borrowers were profiled today at the Guardian newspaper, Guardian UK, which is, they do good stuff, as hopefully you know. Thanks to everybody who stepped up to be interviewed for this piece. Heather Taylor and Stephen and a bunch of other people. I can't think of their names right now, but it's a good piece for us. It's a very strong piece. And I don't say that very often. So hats off to Michael Sonato, the reporter at The Guardian, who took a deep dive here. Some very interesting statistics he put out. And so we're glad to see that. You know, some of the better reporting we've seen has come from international media. I don't know why that is. You guys are going to laugh when I say this, but some of the best reporting we have participated in, like the most accurate reporting, has come from places like France, the Middle East. Al Jazeera, believe it or not, has done some pretty good reporting on this problem. Even, and I hate to say this because I'm not a big fan of China, but CCTV actually did a wonderful documentary that we were a part of like 7 years ago or something. So I don't know why. I don't know what the deal is. There's something about homegrown American media that 9 times out of 10, they just completely miss the boat and they get spun and they get just distracted from the truth. And so anyways, I'm very glad. Check out the Guardian article. You can probably Google it, Google Guardian and student loans, and you can probably find it. The petition is mentioned, which is also good. We've seen a pretty notable spike in our signings today. We can be doing media like this all day long, folks. You know, our greatest strength is well, number one is our members, obviously. We've got some extraordinarily compelling stories to tell. But in my humble opinion, the research that we do is just extremely important, significant, and newsworthy. I'll give you 2 examples. We found very recently, in fact, well, Christmas time, so maybe that's not so recent anymore, but we found that there are more people over the age of 35 with student loan debt than under the age of 35. Like, more. We also found that there are more people over the age of 50 with student loans than under the age of 25. That's a big deal. That needs to be reported on. So far, only the Department of Education has mentioned this research, and it comes directly from very current, very credible, well, hopefully credible, data from the Department of Education. So there's no middleman, no massaging the data, nothing. It's just straight from the horse's mouth. Similarly, we also found that over a third of U.S. states, and this is again coming directly from Department of Education data, Q4 year 2020, so very recent data, showing that over a third of U.S. states owe more in student loan debt than their entire state budgets. We're not talking about like small states where the numbers get funny or whatever. We're talking about big states like Florida, like Texas, Like Georgia is the worst, by far the worst. Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Indiana. I know I've mentioned all red states, and they mostly are red states, but even blue states like Illinois, Michigan, New Hampshire, which is kind of borderline, Nevada, which is again kind of borderline state. But suffice it to say, that is an astounding statistic. Even looking at federal loans only, so take away the private loans, which is like 13% or something. Even looking only at federal student loans, like 7 of the states owe more than their entire state budget in federal student loan debt. That's just obscene. That's unacceptable. It's almost incomprehensible. You know, there's enough student loan debt in the state of Georgia to buy every farm in the state of Georgia twice, and still have, I think, like 15 billion left over. I can't remember exactly, but it's an astounding number. It's cartoon-like. So we can be spreading the word about both of those two things that I just said. You should be calling the media in all of the states that owe more than their state budget and student loan debt, and getting the media to report on that. That's important. The governors of those states do not even know what I just said. They don't. These are federal loans. They know about the budget. They know about the state budget for sure. But they do not know about federal student loans. I think that we've probably made at least a couple of governors do this with their coffee in the morning when they see this information. It's important information they need to know about. They will not know about it if it sits on this group and on our little podunk website where nobody goes. Well, a few people go, but we have to spread the word. You have to be an agent for us. You have to be an ambassador for student loan justice. You know, it's the easiest thing in the world for somebody to call their local newspaper and say, hey, I just learned that our state, the people in our state, owe more than the entire state budget in student loan debt. You need to report on this. Or to call any media, local, national, anybody, and say, did you know that there are more people over 35 with student loans than under 35? More people over 50 than under 25 with student loan debt? And that the older cohort owes 3 times more than that younger cohort, the 50 versus 25? That's good stuff. That is good copy. It's interesting, it's important, it's timely, and it's significant. So obviously, you know, there's a lot of slanted media out there and they want to cover this problem up. But that's not always true. And as we can see by the Guardian piece today, for example, the media is sometimes willing to report important truth. The media isn't always against us. You know, not all media is like Forbes magazine, for example. And even Forbes magazine reported on our petition, believe it or not. They wouldn't put a link to the petition. And they wrapped the article in a bunch of wet blanket language, like loan cancellation unlikely, which is just bullshit. But I'm saying the media is not a monolith. Getting the media to report on this can and does happen, but it starts with you. You know, I can call these guys all day long, and after a while, you know, I'm like when you live at the beach and you stop hearing the waves. Like, that's what I am. Like, I can call everybody all day long, and I do. But, you know, they need to hear from people other than me. They need to hear from people, particularly local area residents, people who live in Tallahassee, Florida, or Macon, Georgia, or Indianapolis, or Cleveland, Ohio. You know, you name the place. Dallas, Texas. They need to hear from their people. You know, if they get a guy calling them like me with a Washington, D.C. phone number and a justice@studentloanjustice.org email address, they're like, okay, all right, no. But you saying, hey, my name is Joe Blow. I just learned that our state owes this much in student loan debt. Our state budget is only this much. What does the governor have to say about this? I demand that you ask the governor what he or she has to say about this fact. and say it with some piss in your vinegar, you know what I'm saying? That's something that the media will pick up on. And they will report that because, as I said, it's significant, it's timely, it's important. So, I didn't paste the links here because I'm doing this on phone, but after I get done with this live stream, I will paste the links to those 2 reports. Do what you can, guys, and spread the crap out of the Guardian article. It's a very strong article, as I said. I'm very pleased with it. So with that, I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I hope you're pleased. I hope you will donate, please. studentloanjustice.org/donate. Something. Just go to the website. We could really use it. We're trying to raise, I think, around $225 by like Tuesday. So please help with that if you can. I will leave it there at that. Keep pushing the petition as well, but get those 2 articles to your local and national media. I hope you're pleased. Peace.